In the early 1990s, many economists had almost given up on the developing world. The gap between advanced economies and developing nations seemed insurmountable. While some countries like Singapore and South Korea made remarkable strides, the overall picture remained bleak. But then, a significant shift occurred. By the late 1990s, global trade saw explosive growth, rapidly closing the gap between the rich and the poor. Poverty rates plummeted. The percentage of people living on less than $1.90 a day dropped from 36% in 1990 to under 10% by 2022. In Africa, the proportion of those in extreme poverty fell from 53% to 35%. However, due to rapid population growth, the number of poor Africans has increased, even though the continent's economy has been among the fastest-growing globally. So, how are African economies faring today? To answer this, we can categorize countries into two groups: those with strong growth, 5% or higher, and those with weak growth, less than 5%. Within each group, economies are further divided into non-resource-intensive, oil exporters, and other resource-intensive countries. Data from 2013 to 2023 shows that out of 41 countries, 18 achieved strong growth, spanning all three types of economies. Why do some African countries improve while others lack? For decades, Africa's economic growth has been influenced by commodity prices. High commodity prices led to good growth, while price drops had adverse effects. Despite Africa's wealth in minerals, oil, and diamonds, it remains the poorest continent. Many attribute this to former colonial powers or internal corruption and mismanagement. Yet, McKinsey and Company research suggests that Africa is outperforming many expectations by transforming its diversity into opportunities. Key lessons from Africa's growth. 1. The importance of effective governance. Rwanda and Burundi provide a valuable lesson here. Both countries, small, landlocked, and densely populated, faced genocides against their Tutsi minorities. Despite similar starting points in the early 1990s, Rwanda's income has more than tripled, while Burundi remains one of the poorest. Rwanda's success is attributed to its functional government and low corruption, while Burundi experienced significant political instability and corruption. 2. The impact of economic policies. Kenya and Tanzania, both reliant on farming and initially authoritarian, took different economic paths. Tanzania's nationalization and collectivization policies led to stagnation, while Kenya's embrace of free markets and regulatory reforms resulted in Kenyans being 80% wealthier than Tanzanians. 3. The role of leadership and policies. Zimbabwe and Botswana offer another lesson. Zimbabwe, once richer than Botswana, suffered from economic mismanagement and corruption under Robert Mugabe. In contrast, Botswana's economic policies, focused on exporting beef, copper, and diamonds, combined with stringent anti-corruption measures, resulted in its current wealth being 9 times greater than Zimbabwe's. 4. The Mauritius example. Mauritius, with its high GDP per capita and Human Development Index, disproves the pessimistic projections about its economic future. Despite challenges like reliance on sugar and rapid population growth, Mauritius has sustained high growth rates and transformed from a monocrop economy to a diversified one through foreign direct investment, FDI. The country's stability, rule of law, and low corruption have been key to its success. The road ahead for Africa. Despite impressive growth in some areas, Africa faces challenges like corruption, mismanagement, and resource dependence. Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, struggles with corruption but has shown strong growth through policy reforms. South Africa, while facing its own issues, has diversified its economy and built a sizable middle class. The continent's rapid population growth poses both opportunities and challenges. While poverty rates are falling, many children remain malnourished, and education levels need improvement. However, trends like urbanization, increased migration, and rising educational attainment offer reasons for optimism. Africa's economic success is driven by internal consumption and investment. Regional trade, with manufactured goods making up a significant portion of intra-Africa exports, plays a crucial role. Countries like Nigeria are reducing their reliance on oil. Rwanda is emerging as a hub for conferences and business services, and others are developing manufacturing sectors. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into Africa's dynamic economies. The crucial lesson is that countries with capable institutions and open democratic systems often experience better economic outcomes. As Africa continues to grow and evolve, the virtuous cycle of improved governance, economic policies, and educational investment holds promise for the future. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on the latest developments and analyses of global economies.